Welcome back to Clash Champs everyone, it's TK and today I'm going to show you this army right here with the fireball rocket balloons. This army takes a lot of skill guys, but when you have the skill, when you have the practice, it's really working out well in Legends League. I'm failing a few times, but when I do get the triple, it just feels amazing. Now we of course have Flame Flinger in this army that we'll be using. I'll give you a lot of tips that I personally know about it, and of course it's with mass rockaloons. Some people have added furnace to this type of armies, which makes their warden charge a bit easier. I personally recommend the rockaloons itself, and we have the minion prince with this army. So without any further ado, let's dive in and see this video. Okay guys, here we are on the first base, and I will try my best to bring you a lot of different variety of bases. And the first one, we're gonna have a core town hall with two rage towers which are very further away from each other. A lot of people have troubles hitting this type of bases, especially with root riders, but with Fiber Rockaloon it actually makes it really easy. So what I do now is I usually try to go for the bigger rage tower, and then for the other one I try to get a few defenses with the flame flinger. Now this area was baited nicely for the flame flinger. Now look at what I do here. Because there may be traps, there may be Teslas, I'll try to kind of kite these rockaloons to the mortar so I can go with a nice flame flinger. But what I didn't know was that there was a little bit of a skeleton spell on the lower side. I saw the archer, and once I took it down I thought I'm fine, but my archer dragged a whole skeleton trap, and yeah, you're gonna see my flame flinger doesn't even get value. On the top side, we just go for a nice warden ability. You don't have to go for a exactly on top of the rage tower warden ability. It's just better to do it however you want, especially if you use the one invisibility before the warden. This make it so you at least have one more left in your pocket in case some damage gets a lot to your warden. Now as you can see, the flame flinger man, it's only gonna get like one defense, but the good thing is what it does. So once you grab the fireball value, if the warden goes to the right side or the left, you always have to deploy the heroes on the opposite side. I always go with the ice golem if there is a lot of damage early on. King and queen. A rockaloon usually I like to deploy like this because it just tests for the healers nicely. Minions come out, and the good thing is you will instantly like activate the rage towers no matter of that flame flinger value. King and queen going absolutely amazing. Just watch out for your warden whenever it's in the multi-archer tower area. If there is an expo or extra damage, you can always add an extra fire rockaloon. It will help it out a lot. King died, but I'm going with a nice skeleton spell on the monolith. Warden is still fine. A few rockaloons to try to help the queen, narrowing down her path so she can go to the town hall. And don't wait too long on your minion prince. Once you see, of course, the rage tower is off and the defenses are just some of the warden, some on the queen is safe to go for the town hall. Once you know you are going to nearly secure the town hall, you go with the minion prince. Always drop one or two rockaloons in front of him and around him. Then with the nice, beautiful Minion Prince ability, you can freeze the backend. And here I believe my Minion Prince ability was bugged, but I did level it up like eventually, because honestly, these bugs are going crazy in the game. And if you're using an equipment that is bugged, but it's your major equipment, just go and upgrade it, but never do a friendly challenge with it, just because it will be back to the lower side by the time I'm recording this video. There may be new breaks, and that might just be completely out of the game. We don't know, but you just don't want to risk it, man, and you don't want to invest too much ores. But yeah, definitely upgrade your minion prince equipment. But let's move on to a double invisibility base. This exact base layout, it's really popular in Legends League right now, and I would definitely say even in the lower league. So what I do is I don't risk a very quick fireball. I always drop like a barbarian or something in front of the warden. So if there's a Tesla, I'll drop the warden on the Tesla, and after quickly I'll go with a fireball. Now honestly, I had no plan for the flame flinger on this base, and once I saw the only plan would be to the top side, I just went with a nice flame flinger, even though the warden will eventually reach that area. You are no rush to deploy your heroes really quickly after this fireball than the last one, because this was a lot quicker. You got the time, so do not worry, but time is a very huge factor. Look at the warden. Just make sure he's fine, because he's going into an expo, a town hall, CC, even a ricochet cannon. Then I'd go with the Sui. That way you know, okay, now the warden is back into trouble. Let me rage him, let me invis him, and definitely try to do the invis if damage is just a lot. Your warden might die. Headhunters for the minion prints. I don't want to zoom in too much, that's why the attacks are zoomed out. But a few Rockaloons to help the Warden, few Rockaloons and the Wizard to the lower side to help the Sui. What I always like to do when we're diving into a Ricochet Cannon or like, for example, Crusher Mortar, I always go with a Rage and Invis, but I just didn't do Invis too well, man. Like, look at my Queen. She's nearly dead. We could have done so much better dropping the Minion Prince on the lower side because I want him to do what the Queen couldn't do. Warden on the top side, still fine. I might go with another Rockaloon soon to try to tank for these healers. Mirror Prince, again, in a decent spot. The only problem is now the other Rage Tower, which you couldn't really do much because we don't have, for example, the, what you call RC or someone. But the Mirror Prince ability, I really wish I could have done it a lot better. It's just, it is what it is. But look at this. We always keep some spells and some Rockaloons. And once the kind of the spell tower is deployed down, notice how on this area the only air targeting stuff is these three, but the Mirror Prince is taking out this one and it's going to tank for this one. So all I do is not useless Rockaloons to the Ricochet Cannon and the Expo. All the Rockaloons was deployed onto the air targeting defenses. This makes sure you are going to get through the back end no matter what. Even with a few minions, you will still get through it. Sometimes in Legends, things like this can happen. Attacks like this is okay. You're trying to save the attack in a way and also making sure your mistakes didn't end up being a 2-star. So let's move on to the next, which is going to be a box-based double poison. So on to the next base, I really want to showcase a time fail as well for you guys because it's important to know when to deploy your troops and your heroes, basically, that those are your troops, technically. But yeah, for the box space double poison, you are again looking for a good flame flinger value. And guys, by a good flame flinger value, you don't need to get 3 to 4 major defenses. Tunnel 17 has a lot of outer defenses, as you can see, like the multi-archer towers, the ricochet cannons. These are good, and if you get 2 of them, it's enough already. If you get 3 major defenses, that's good for you. So what I wanted to do was a warden charge onto the scatter or the poison tower or the expo. Doesn't matter too much, but I would rather have the scatter shot. And now the flame flinger can get more value too because we tested and we took down a few things. So now look at this. Again, going into an expo, multi-archer tower, I'm going with an extra rockaloon or 2 because it makes sure the multi-archer tower shots are being divided into multiple targets, obviously. So once this multi-archer tower is down, I can see my warden going to the top side. He will keep on going to the top side, which actually makes it a lot easier to do a fireball. I'm going with the frost spell. Usually you really want to use it because otherwise in this army you can't really do it. So always do it with the, fireball. It just helps out a lot. Now, once you see the warden has chosen a side, this is where you need to start with the Sui. But I'm not the best attacker with a Rockaloon attack with this strategy. So I was waiting for this monolith to try and see what happens to my warden. Is the damage too much or not? These are when I'm wasting my time. I could have deployed the Sui. Like you can see how already things could have been so much better. So I'm still not deploying the Sui because the warden is close to the CC and the monolith. I'm just really making sure the warden stays alive. But it's just wasting time. I could have started the Sui way back. Ice Golem, King and Queen, obviously we're going with a Wizard. You can go with some Rockaloons onto the outer defenses and some Wallbreakers to give King and Queen access to the next layer. As you can see, if the King comes out even, it's completely fine. You can still pop his ability on the outside and it will give the Queen some nice pathing into the Town Hall. So super minions come out of the CC. Warden is fine, but I think soon he will actually follow the heroes, which again, it's another case of time fail because if the warden follows the heroes right now, he was going to leave this area which he would originally destroy, so you would have a different minion prince drop. Now I'm forced to deploy the minion prince on an area where the warden could have covered. So these are the little mistakes that I want to show you that results in a time fail, and in your regular attack you might not be like really focused like how did you time fail and you would blame the game. But as you can see, things are going not as planned, so that's when things happen very badly. Still, 2 heroes alive, 1 spell left. I really want to keep the Rockaloons alive to try to manage to get some like of these backend defenses for the maximum trophies. But yeah, man, few seconds short, unfortunately, for the last three defenses. And yeah, this is what happens if you kind of start late and if you want to be so focused on only one heroes. You need to divide your attention for all the base and you need to just watch out. So now let's move on to another hit. Now, next up, I want to show you a core town hall with double poison. These bases are also very populated, and yeah, overall, I just want to show you how to take it down. But there are some cases where it's just a little bit of tips for fireball, for example. Now, as you can see, we got a poison tower here and a poison tower here. With this flame flinger value, you can get ricochet cannon, inferno, the other defenses, and the multi-archer tower. And this side, because the giga bomb is here, and I don't really like to deploy my heroes into a crusher mortar, it just kills the queen way too quickly. So I rather have a fireball on this poison tower rather than the other one and have a different flame flinger. All that matters is that you need to watch out for the damage that these expose, and soon the crusher mortar and suddenly maybe sometimes even the queen can be on your warden. So look at the fireball that I will be doing very soon. Once this wizard tower is down, we are having a very good invis drops right here with another one to go for a nice fireball. The earthquake, I really wanted to grab maybe the clan castle. I didn't know if my fireball would have targeted that. I just guessed, but it is what it is. We just messed the expo, and if you see the damage is too much, don't go within a spell. You can literally take down that expo with a fire and rocket loon. So now I was really waiting for the furnace to come out of the clan castle. It just didn't. Now it did for some reason, which is fine. Baby Dragon to again divide the multi-archer tower shots. And now once you see the warden is fine, it's doing its thing, but he's not going down. Look at this, like I'm still not sure if the warden is fine. So now that I know, I can start with the attacks on the lower side. Again, another side that the warden isn't walking towards. So Ice Golem freezing everything beautifully. A few Raccoons and a Wizard again to funnel these heroes. More Headhunters, of course, to kill the Minion Prince. Warden is still fine. So this is what you should do. Always look at your Warden. If he's fine, leave him. If he's not fine, leave the heroes. Focus the Warden. You need the Warden to be alive so you don't time fail or you don't like really mess up the back end, okay? So now the king goes down. I really want to pop the queen ability, but the ice golems are a bit annoying, so you don't really want to have your queen ability on top of the ice golems. So that's just a little tip for you. Minions come out and trying to kill the enemy king, which is again one of the parts of a bad flame flinger in overall. Like some cases, as you can see, the minions are just wasting their shots onto one hero. They're not getting any value. This is the base building thing. So when they put a good flame flinger value, they don't give you a nice clan castle value. Mirror Prince on the top side, as you can see, the Rocket Loon's trying to tank for him. Another crushing attack here. Obviously, the only attack that I think wasn't really crushing was the double invis base, which again, it's very versatile how you want to hit it. You can even have king alone to one of the other invisibilities, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this attack and my explanation to how you can triple the bases. And overall, this army is very enjoyable. It is hard to kind of master. I'm not a master of this army myself, and I'm trying to be better every day. I'm failing still in Legends, but I'm doing a few triples. I'm gonna do some more Root Rider attacks very soon to try and see what happened to this troop. Is it still viable, and can it still be meta, how we use it, and always all that type of stuff. So if you want to also stay tuned on the channel, make sure you subscribe to Clash Champs, and as always, use code CHAMPS in the store. It will support us a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys later in the next video. Take care and peace.